everyone, welcome to J-Hook Crochet. I'm Reggie and this is the Yarniversity. Good to see you all. Welcome in everyone. I already saw a lot of chatter going on in the chat, so I am not even gonna try to say hello to everyone, but hello to everyone who's already here. I'm very happy to have you here with me today. So, yes, moderators working hard, huh? So good to see you. Welcome back. If you're new here, hi, I'm Reggie. This is my channel, J-Hook Crochet, and today is Sunday, so we are having Yarniversity. Yarniversity is a live class about a different yarn or crochet related subject, and it takes place every Sunday on the same time. The time is 6 p.m. Berlin time because I live in Germany, and you guys are gonna have to do the math on what time it is in your time. So yes, if you're joining in today, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up. If you're not yet subscribed to the channel, please hit the subscribe button down below for a lot more yarny content on my channel. And if you want to join our very special membership program, then press the little join button next to the subscribe button. Or if you cannot see the join button, there's also a direct link to the membership program in the description box below the video. And you will get a full rundown of what it means to be a member of the channel, what it takes from you, and what you get in return. And I must say that we have a very nice group of the inner circle, top students on the membership program. We have a lot of fun, and starting this month, actually, we are going to go back and have our members only lives. So I will be posting very soon on the community tabs, so all your members, keep your eye open for the announcement of the members only live. It's gonna be sometime probably next week, and if not then the week after. I had my eye on Saturday the 16th. Is it the 16th or the 15th? Saturday the 15th. But I'm not 100% about it yet, so just keep an eye out. If you are a part of the membership program, please keep an eye out for the announcement on the community tab. Yes, Alice is correct. The technology takes care of that. So if you're not sure what time Yarniversity is in your time zone, all you gotta do is press on the Yarniversity video once I do the announcement. So once the live is scheduled, it will already show up in your YouTube feed, and if you press on that, then you'll get the exact time that it takes place in your time zone. All right, so I just wanted to say that there are not normally the first half an hour of the live is dedicated to things that have to do with the channel, or things that happened over the past week, and all kinds of announcements. But today I really have nothing to say because I started working again this week, and so I'm not, I don't have time to do anything else. But yeah, so the only thing that actually happened this week is that I started my new job, and yeah, that's going well. So taking a lot of my time that I already did not have. Yeah, so if you were wondering what happened to the weekly video or something like that, I'm just gonna have to like rearrange my schedule somehow, find one day in the week where I will record all my videos for that week. And then schedule them to upload rather than, filming throughout the week, because I just don't have any time anymore. Yeah, but that was fun. Going back to work, being around people, talking to actual living beings who are right there in front of you and not, across the screen. So, yeah, hi, good to see you all. Hello to everyone coming in. Good morning to you guys. Good evening to us. It is 5 minutes past 6 here in Germany. What is my new job? Sorry, I put on makeup today and something's really itching my nose. What's my new job? So I am an assistant in a kindergarten. I started working 6 hours a day, every day now. It's the same kindergarten that my son goes to, so it was a bit of a challenge the first 2 days, but I think he's slowly getting used to the idea of me working there. But thank you very much for all your congratulations, and everyone who was also congratulating me through the week. I highly appreciate that. Yeah, so now I can maybe see what you guys are talking about a little. Thank you. Okay, so you people. Right, so if you're watching this on replay, thank you for coming and watching the replay. Normally I say that, the first hour, half an hour of the live is a lot of chit chat, but this time it won't be. But still, if you're watching this on replay and there's like too much chit chat in the middle of something that you don't like, you can always skip ahead or put me on, double speed so it doesn't take so long. But you are watching a replay of a live show that took place, which means there will be in between chit chat and the video will not be edited. So that's why, if you were wondering. Fiona is saying she's binge watching the crochet design workshop. Just marvelous. What I've been looking for. Thank you. Oh, Fiona, I'm so happy, and I'm so happy that you are enjoying it. And I would love to see some things, that came out of it later on. Thank you for all the congratulations. Congratulations, Lori, you started a new job too. Yes, it does. There's like an adjustment period between up until now, ever since my my first son was born, so 6 years ago. I've pretty much been home, so it's a big change, like going and actually getting up in the morning, getting dressed, going to work, be there on time and all that stuff. But it's okay, it's good. Thank you. The little one will keep you busy. Yes, they do keep me busy. Thank you everyone for your congratulations. Thank you, Christina. Hello, Mickey, good to see you. Yeah, thanks. So I'm really happy and excited about that. But as I've said, because that's what I've been doing this week, I haven't been doing anything else. I did want to mention that there are two last mystery grab bags, mystery yarn bags on the Etsy shop. The two last ones for now. But I have started again going over the cupboards because, as I told you guys at the end of last year, I'm trying to keep track on the yarn and things that I have been sitting on my shelves for over 6 months and I haven't used them. I'm gonna put them into the surprise bags because I do realize that I buy more yarn than I actually use. The reason I do that is because I have a YouTube channel, and a lot of the yarns that I buy are yarns for reviews, and after I review the yarn, a lot of times I don't end up actually using it because when I buy the yarn, I buy different colors so that I can show on the review that this yarn has different color options, and then in the end maybe I make something using one or two of the colors and everything else just sits on the shelves. And so I thought that was a that was a waste. So one of my resolutions for the new year is that every month I will go over my stash, and everything that's been sitting for over 6 months is going to go into the surprise bags. So the surprise bags that are currently available on the Etsy shop, there are only 2 of them left. And there are also only 2 spots still available for the January Yarn Club edition. The January edition of the Yarn Club. Which I will talk about the Yarn Club a little bit more later because it has something to do with one of the things that I want to talk about today. But in general, if you were thinking, because, if you were waiting for something to grab your box, there are only 2 left. And the Yarn Club will be limited to a specific number of participants every month. So once these 2 are booked, they are booked, and there will be no more for January. The next option will be February. Hello to everyone coming in. Hi, Francie. Lori says her new job requires a new wardrobe, so she's been purging her closet and shopping. Oh, shopping for clothes is fun. The wrap behind me, thank you. I will talk about that too, because I specially dressed Imogen, this specific one, because it has something to do with our topic for the day. Carrie, you loved your mystery bag. I'm so happy to hear that. Hello, Bobby. Yes. Shopping is a full-time occupation. All right, so yeah, it is, 10 minutes past 6, so my regular half an hour has been shrunk to 10 minutes this time, but I think it's okay, it's fine. Other weeks we sometimes have more to talk about, and some weeks we have less, so. I do want to say one last thing to everyone who got the advent calendar that I did this year. I just want to remind you that in your advent calendar came a pattern, or maybe two, depending on what you ordered, for the masquerade shawl. There was a crochet version and a knit version of the masquerade shawl, and it came with your masquerade mask. And there was an instruction in the box that said that if you make your masquerade shawl and take a picture of you wearing your masquerade shawl with your masquerade mask, and posting it either on our Facebook group or on Instagram or both with the specified hashtag, or sending it to my email, then you will be entered into the Masquerade Advent giveaway. And I just want to remind everyone who bought the Advent, started or not started making the shawl, that you have until the end of January, because on the 1st of February, I will choose one winner out of everyone who posted a picture of a finished shawl with their mask on. Okay, we already have one. For those of you who may have missed it, Judy already posted her picture, and she also showed her shawl on her video. So you guys go check out Judy from Judy's Creations in Crochet. Her shawl, she made the crochet version with 8 of the mini skeins, the first 8 mini skeins of the Advent. Her shawl came out beautiful. I love her picture too with the mask. And she also showed it, as I've said, on her video, and it looks beautiful. So thank you very much, Judy, for that. Lacey, how did you miss it? I don't know. The instructions were in the box. Good morning to everyone joining in. So yeah, good morning to you guys. Good evening to me. So, okay, now that was really it. So it's 6:15 and we're gonna start 15 minutes earlier today. So for everyone who said, oh, she always starts half an hour later, I'm gonna come on and it's half an hour later. It's like, it's okay. Well, they're gonna miss the 15 first minutes today, and they're gonna have to come back and watch the replay. So I hope you guys are all okay with that. I mean, you guys know me. I don't really care if you're okay about that. I'm a dictator, and this is my channel, so I'm gonna do it anyway. But I have to be politically correct and say, I hope you guys are okay with that. Fiona is saying she herself employed a hairstylist and took 10 days off this new year to start back this Friday. Kind of want to just crochet instead. Yes, I totally get it. I totally get it. Yeah, lazy. Yeah. Troublemakers will be troublemakers. Happy New Year. Okay. So we're gonna start talking right away about our subject for today. So today's subject are year-long crochet projects, and I'm gonna sort of like divide it into two. I'm going to, at the beginning, we're gonna talk about different projects that you can make, by yourself to last you the year. and different things that you can do as year-long projects, so that, you know, in the end of the year you will have something to show for it. Or just like if you guys like to work on a big project every once in a while and like to like schedule it or manage your time, you know, and have something that you work on throughout the year, then we'll have different kind of ideas for that. And the second part will be different organized crochet and make-alongs that are hosted by different content creators, either here on YouTube or different bloggers, or just different companies that hold different kind of crochet alongs. And we will go over some of the selected ones that I wanted to share with you guys, and talk a little bit about each of them, and maybe give you guys ideas for ones that you didn't know yet about, or you know, just talk a little bit more about ones that you did know but didn't actually take the time to look into what exactly they're about. And maybe you guys will get some ideas to some projects that you want to work on this year, or, you know, take part in. Yes. Yeah, okay. The mods are the troublemakers. That's kind of like counterproductive, don't you think? Troublemakers. All right. So, the first type of project that well, you know what, let's start differently, because I always like to start, I like to start these always with a question, of some kind of you know, discussion. So before we start talking about specific ones and ideas and so on, let's ask in general, have you taken part, or are you taking part in any year-long project, or do you have one of your own that you are planning to work on or were planning to start? Let's hear a little bit of what you guys are doing. Maybe some of them actually correspond to what I have on my list, and then, you know, it's nothing, just, you know. You have two big or long projects that you're planning: a cardigan and a corner-to-corner blanket grafgan, or a coatigan. I can't wait to see how to play it this year. Hi, Jax. Welcome in. Yarniversity class clowns. Yes, Angela is doing one that's actually on the list. Multiple year projects count. Yes, they do. And sewing does count. Yes. Oh, Margaret is taking part in the Yarny Fiber Sisters calendar call. Ivy says hello. Hello, Ivy. And Eileen says she's never done a year-long project. And Catherine says, if the shoe fits, troublemaker. Yes, all you. I may have to rethink my my mods. Last year, I found the movie and Stitch and loved the idea. Oh, I started that last year and could not keep up with it. Rita said she's working on granny square blankets all year long. And Debbie says a new one with the Yarny Five Sisters. And Fiona says she had to take me into her kitchen because they don't want to freeze or microwave meal. Oh, boo! Let mommy watch. And Jax is doing the Wacky Make-A-Do and Amigurumi Wars. Both are on today's list, so we will talk about them. And hello to Tammy. And Chris is saying she did a temperature blanket last year. And Catherine really wants to try a year-long project. Hello to everyone. My chat suck. It's not moving. It will probably jump in a second. But yeah, all great ideas from what I read. Oh, there it is. From what I read so far, Lacey's saying she thinks year-long projects are cool, but she can never actually do stuff all year. Doing a month-long mental health project instead, where colors coordinates to moods. Oh, mood blanket. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that too. You did the 2020 stitch sampler. That's a nice one. Hi, Mocha. Judy says she's not really fond of projects that last that long. And Larry says she's looking at a year-long mosaic make-along. And Hannah says no, doing normally whatever she wants. She doesn't like to commit to a year-long project. And Serenity is Stitching is mentioning the Moogly crochet along, which is also on today's list. And Ellen has 4 Granny Square scrap blankets that have been going on for 2 years. Hello, Lefty Crochets and Mira Knits. She has multiple blankets that she wants to finish this year. Sonia says she's been working on a robe for... Oh, yeah! Oh, man. You said you've been working it for a while now. Right, Yarniversity is a do not disturb time. I totally agree, Catherine. That should be like a rule in all of yours houses. It isn't mine. Lacey says she does, however, start studies of sort for the year 2022. She's studying crochet socks. Well, you know what I think about those. Oh, wow, Lori, that's a long list of stuff. All right, well, you guys have some really nice projects that you've mentioned. Some of them are actually on my list, and you guys have some very nice long-term projects and some like great ideas. So we're gonna jump right into it. And if you haven't yet, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up. If you're not yet subscribed to the channel, please subscribe down below. We have 83 people here and only 43 likes. That's about half of you that didn't hit the like button. So yeah, and if you're not yet subscribed, please subscribe down below. And as I've mentioned before, if you want to join our very special membership program, join button next to the subscribe button will tell you everything you need to know about that. And also there's a direct link in the description box below for those of you who cannot see the join button because you're some other platform. All right, so now we're gonna start. Year-long projects. As I've said, I have divided them into 2. Ones that you can kind of like decide on and work on by yourself, and ones that are hosted by different bloggers, vloggers, companies, and so on. So I want to start with talking about different projects that you can, decide on by yourself and follow a certain pattern or color palette that you decide on. And the first group of these kind of project is called documentation projects. I will explain, but let me just read this comment real quick. You started a corner-to-corner cotton shawl in Schippies wheel, and it's growing fast. You think you prefer the Hobie Twister. Fiona, I don't know if you have heard me say that before, but if you like Hobie Twister, go to Yarn Art and buy Yarn Art flowers. Yarn Art flowers is exactly the same yarn as the Hobie Twister. They actually made in the same factory with the same colorways, but it is half the price. Yarn Art flowers. All right. So let's talk about year-long projects that I like to classify as documentation projects. So documentation projects are pretty much any project that you use the project to document something that is going on throughout the year. Of course, the most common and most used one, and the one that's have become very, very popular over the past few years, is the temperature project. It can be a temperature blanket, scarf. I've seen people making temperature ponchos. I think the most common one is the temperature blanket. But the idea behind a temperature project is that you assign a certain color to every group of temperatures. So you take your scale of temperatures that are, the normal average temperatures in your area. So you start from the very low ones, and you assign a color to every jump of either 5 or 10 degrees. That pretty much depends on you. It is your project. You design it, so you choose the colors, you assign the color to the temperature, and you decide if you jump 5 degrees or 10 degrees or 20 in between. And you decide if you're doing 2 rows a day, 1 row a day, the lowest and highest temperature of the day, or just the average temperature of that day. So it's just, that's, there are different ways of doing it, which is the kind of the fun in a documentation project, is that you set it up yourself. So you decide what the project is, you decide the color, you assign the colors to the variables, in which case, the temperature project, you assign colors to temperatures. Tony from TL Yarn Crafts, her temperature blanket is beautiful, says Alice. Hi, Sarah. Hello. I'm so glad you're here. I'm going to talk about your crochet along as well. So yours truly, but Rose is saying she has made many temperature blankets. She's only completed one. Yeah, I will show you in just a second what happened to my temperature blanket for those of you who haven't seen it yet. Hello, Angela. She said she wants to, but never got around to it, to doing a temperature blanket. So yes, temperature blankets are probably the most common and popular, the most common and popular project in the documentation project category. It's the project that most people choose to do, documenting the temperatures. It's, it's something that's easy to follow. It's easy to go back and check in case you missed the day. It's easy to just write down in case you can't do it today. So you write down today's temperatures, and then you catch up at the end of the week. And like I said, it is very individual. So you can choose if you're doing a blanket, a scarf, a poncho, a skirt, a dress, or whatever. You build the project, and you just let the colors flow according to the temperatures. So that is, the essence of temperature blanket. Catherine is saying she was reluctant to get the twister because of the price. But you find it absolutely worth it. The color changes are amazing. Yes, as I've said, a twister is a very good yarn, but it is exactly the same yarn as Yarn Art Flowers, and Yarn Art is just half the price. The internet hates temperature blankets. Really? Why? Silverwing says, I'm trying to finish according to corner, but it's the scale of size is taking a while. The other half says it's frog it and start again. I got that. I totally get that. So yeah, the range of the temperatures really depends on how, where you live and how you set it. So I want to show you something. I've shown it one time before, but I'm going to show it again, and you guys excuse me real quick. This is my basket of abandoned projects. Projects that one day will either be picked up and finished or frogged. And in here is what came to be of my temperature blanket. Now this was early 2020 when I started this. And yeah, let's just say I have come to realize that it's not for me. So I started this, this is this way. So I started this in January of 2021, and I did one row a day, and I decided to do the average temperature of the day each day. Let's see if I just missed some comments. Why the internet hates temperature blankets, really? I need to look it up. Yeah, so as I've said, I started this in the beginning of 2020, and I did one row a day each day with the average temperature. And then, you know, so I wrote down what the average temperature for that day was, and then I had the scale of the different colors fitting the different temperatures, and according to that I did one row a day. So as you can see, it started in January in Germany was generally very, very cold, and then it went into February that had one warmer day, and then March. All in all, I did 3 months before I couldn't, it got too boring. I'm sorry. Yes, thank you everyone. I do love the colors too. I mean, I think the reason, like, what made me start it is that I liked how like random coloring project look, and I thought it would be very, very nice, and it did come out really nice. I do like it. It was just too boring for me to actually follow through with doing one row a day, or writing down the temperatures the whole week, and then doing 7 rows on on Sunday for the whole week. I don't know. After doing it for 3 months, I said I can't do it anymore. And I gotta say that I did give it a second chance. So I did say, okay, I'm gonna take like a break from this. But I know myself, I'm like a fast crocheter, so I have no problem catching up with 30 rows. So I'm gonna document the temperatures through April, and at the end of April, I'm gonna do like 2 days, 30 rows for the entire month. And so through April and May, I still wrote down every day the average temperature in hopes that sometime I'm just gonna sit down and work those 60 rows. Of course I didn't, as you can see. So it became, so it went in the basket of abandoned projects. It will probably never be finished. It will also never be frogged, because every row or every few rows is a different color. And there's just like, and since I cut at the end of every color, like every color changes, I cut the yarn. It's like I'm not gonna start frogging back and balling them into different colors of yarn. So at some point, I will just throw it in the garbage or something. But thank you. No, I will never finish it. A temperature project it's just not for me. That was my takeaway from that. You think temperature blanket is more engaging if you select a quarter instead of a year? Yeah, that might be true. You have a temperature blanket that is huge. Ended up saying that I will only do it for 6 months and not do the other 6. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe if I, if I took it like from the beginning, decided that it was only going to be a 3 months project or something, maybe it would have worked. Lazy. The basket of doom. Yes. You guys may remember, is Lori here? Lori answering. Yeah, she's here. I saw her before. Repurposes the table runner. I think it's too small to be a table runner. Maybe I can make it into a pillowcase. That might work. But Lori got a sticker from me a few months ago that says put it in the F it bucket. So I think this is my F it basket. It's big enough to be a bath mat. Sadly it's all acrylic, so it's not suited to be a bathroom mat, but maybe a doormat. I don't know. They can always use a lap can. Yes. Sere saying her first temperature blanket was torturous, so she understands too. Yes. I totally get it. It was it was not for me. Okay, so I will explain real quick. The way a temperature blanket works is you choose a blanket pattern. So in my case, it was a chevron blanket. So just a regular chevron in single crochets. And I decided that I'm doing the average temperature of each day of the year. So, but you can choose whatever you want. So you can choose that you do 2 rows a day and you do the lowest temperature of that day and the highest temperature of that day. It was just easier for me to just take the average temperature. So what I did was I made a scale and I said between, well, we get very cold here in the winter and very not very warm in summer, but still sometimes it can get up to 35 degrees Celsius. I don't speak Fahrenheit, you guys. So I started with single crochet chevron, 1 row a day, and the color that corresponded to my scale. So my scale had like 15 colors in it. I think I did every five temperature, every man. I divided the temperatures into steps of 5. So every time there was a change of 5 degrees, the color changed. And then if the average temperature, for example, was 10 degrees, I looked at my scale, I saw the color that corresponds to 10 degrees, and I used that color that day. I hope that explanation was clear enough, but there's like a bunch of information on the internet as to how to do it. You're confused, what's a crochet study? Maris, I have no idea what you're asking. I don't think I said anything about crochet study. You have 1 blanket of doom. The way Sere is saying the way she's doing it for this year will be more fun because of the subscribers. You mean your temperature blanket? Sera, I saw that you put out a new video about your international temperature blanket, but I didn't get to watch it yet, but I will. It sounded very interesting, and I was wondering, how is it international? You just thought about it. Yeah, thinking about it is enough. Lori says, oh, that reminds her literature teacher friends says there is a book where that phrase came from, the F it bucket. Oh, really? Oh, yes. Let me know which one it is. Chris is saying she thinks yarn company bought it up to sell lots of yarn. But what up? I messed some. Okay, I cannot follow the chat and talk, you guys. So I'm just gonna not. Amaris, again, I have no idea what do you mean what crochet study is? Do you mean how to learn to crochet? If anyone in the chat knows where you can learn to crochet, if that is your question, then there are a lot of YouTubers out there who do crochet for beginners videos. I don't know what crochet studies. I'm sorry. I think you mean deep dive into specific skill, like sock stitches, etc. Oh, like what I do. Okay, Cheryl says she found it in Pinterest. Yes, just, if you just look up temperature blanket, you will find a lot of different ideas of how to do a temperature blanket. I think they are a great idea. Yeah, you can find a color chart there, or you can, make up your own. Like I said, I took the average temperatures that we have here throughout the year and just assigned a color to each 5-degree change. So that is a temperature blanket. Of course, blanket is just one of the things you can do. As I've said, there are people who do temperature scarves, I thought a temperature poncho could be really cool. You can really do a temperature anything, a skirt, a maxi skirt, anything that's like takes 1 row a day will give you 365 rows a year. So, anything you can make with that. Okay, people in the chat are giving ideas, so I'm just gonna try. Yeah, so that was, temperature blankets. Another, other option or other kind of documentation crochet project is a mood project. Someone mentioned them before. Oh my god, temperature socks. Oh yeah. So temperature projects are behind us now, and we're gonna move on to talking about mood project. Thank you, Lashira. I'll talk about that in just a little bit. So the mood project idea is very much the same idea as a temperature blanket. You assign a certain color to different moods, and according to your mood at the day, you make one, I don't know, row, square, whatever your project is. Again, it can be anything. It can be a mood scarf, shawl, blanket, poncho, skirt, hat, cowl, whatever you want. But the idea is that you do one row or element a day in the color of the choice, and in a mood project, it fits your mood at the day. So if you were happy, you chose one color. If you were sad, you chose another color. If you were like annoyed or different things. So that is a mood project. You can imagine a mood project as well as hanging with the written mood scale next to your customers. Yeah, exactly. How often are you pissed off? It's a good documentation project. Lacey saying she's doing a mood project. Get the idea from Alt Knots. I actually saw Rambutina. She was doing a mood blanket throughout the year, and she made flowers. She made different flowers, so every day she had a different flower, a different color to her flower, and then she added them all together. Alice is saying, for example, Rambutina. Yeah, exactly. I was just saying that. For example, Rambutina's project of a floral mood blanket. Yes, that's what she did. And she assigned, like, she made her own scale, and she assigned a color to each one of the moods that she might have throughout the year, and then according to how she felt that day, she would make one flower, and then she joined them all together into a mood blanket. So that is another thing that, to document throughout the year. It's interesting to look back at, how was this a happy year for me? Was this a sad year for me? And sometimes different things happen throughout the year that, of course, affect your mood. And then you can, go back and reflect on them. Alice is saying her will have a lot of the pissed off mood. Judy is saying most days she feels the same, but what if you feel many moods in a day? Again, it's your project, so you choose. Can't even keep up with a mood tracker in your bullet. Yeah, see? I love her channel too. Ivy is saying her mood would be filled with variegated color. Mood changes every 5 minutes. What color would you give menopause? That's a good question. Maybe doing a mood blanket for when you're pregnant. Oh my God, that is such an interesting idea. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Tina. I hope you get better soon. I hope you get well soon. 50 Shades of Pissed Off blanket. I love that. 50 Shades of Pissed Off is a good one. Right, reds and purples. So yes, so mood blanket, the same, or not just blanket, mood, any kind of project is the same idea as the temperature. It reflects back on the year at the end of the year, and you can follow something and see how it evolved in different seasons. So and you choose the project, you choose the colors, and you assign them to whatever. And then another kind of documentation projects are documentation projects that document different kinds of events that you can follow throughout the year. So Mocha is saying, I'd pick a color for a mood and then I never use it. I'd be mad. But if I chose a color to represent when I was mad, I use it a lot. Guys. Hello, Donna. Do you check your mood before or after the honey comes home? You guys, we can't even have a normal discussion here. You always have to stray away from the topic, y'all. 50 Shades of Apathy. Okay, Donna, thank you for being here. I highly appreciate it and feel better. Yes, so the different events that you can document throughout the year, and once again, it's you choose how to assign the colors. So for example, you can document if we're talking, Corona and everything, you can document quarantine times. Wouldn't that be something interesting to document? Or maybe the COVID infection rate in your country, when it goes up, when it goes down, when a new variant comes in. A new variant. Or you can document things that happened, if you have a house with a garden, you can document different season by documenting flowers and different plants in your garden, when they are in bloom, when they are, or when, trees lose their leaves and so on. You can document bird watching in your garden. I actually saw one of these projects that was very, very interesting. There was a lady, she would like go out to her garden every day and document what kind of birds she saw in the garden that day. And according to that, she would, she would assign a color to every bird. And of course, the colors had something to do with the birds. And so she worked like, the blanket was documenting the different birds that visit her garden throughout the year, which I thought was very interesting. Here in Malaysia, next event, Taipusan is yellow, Chinese New Year is red, Malay Raya is green. So it's like different events that happen in the year. Let's grab this idea. Yes, let's see the moths are right. All right, Sarah, thank you for being here. I highly appreciate it. Thank you. So yeah, so documenting different things, like things that you see during the day, things that happen. Alice is saying, if you're in her country, the ambiguity theme would ring home very well. Yes, right? We're a bunch of piss off fuckers. Annika is saying in her garden you can document how much fox manure one picks up every day. It's a good one. So yeah, choose something and go with it. It can be funny. It doesn't have to be so serious. I wanted to show you one thing, actually, that was very interesting. I spoke about it a few times already. Some of you may have heard me mention it before. But this is, where is the picture? I wanted to show you the Deutsche Bahn Verspätungsschal, which means the delay scarf. So this is a scarf that one lady in Munich made. She worked 2 rows a day while waiting for the train. She commutes to work every day, and she documented how late was her train every day. So on days that the train was on time, she made 2 rows in blue. In days when the train was up to half an hour late, so on time, not on time, but up to 30 minutes late, she used a gray. And on days that the delay was more than 30 minutes, she used red. And she did that all throughout the year. And at the end of the year, she came up with that scarf. Pissed off hookers are the best guys. A different kind of bucket, right? Sonia is saying, Reggie, you could make a chicken egg blanket documenting the productivity of my chickens. Yeah, that's not gonna be hard. It's gonna be all the same color because each of them gives 1 egg a day for 6 days a week. So there's only 1 day a week when we don't get eggs. You never make it on time. That's fine. No, I did not talk about my shawl yet. Don't worry. I'm gonna get to it. Catherine saying, in Belgium, you will end up with a pure red scarf. Yeah, so I mentioned this on my channel once or twice before. She made this scarf, as I've said, 2 rows a day, documenting how late was the train. Um, yeah, how did she keep her job? It's a good question. But as you can see, so it starts from the left and it goes to the right. And as you can see in the beginning of the year, at the left of the scarf, the left of your screen, it was still okay. And then going towards summertime, the trains were pretty much delayed over 30 minutes every single day for 2 months. So yeah. The funny thing about that scarf is, as I've said, she did 2 rows a day. She used 3 different colors. On time, up to half an hour late, and over half an hour late. And at the end, she put this picture up. Her daughter actually put this picture up on her social media. It went viral. So it went viral because it shows, the efficiency of the Deutsche Bahn here in Germany. And it was actually famous all over the world. I linked an article in the description box below. The article is actually in English. I think it's from CNN, about that scarf. Funny thing about that scarf, after it went viral and people everywhere were talking about it and it became a really big thing, she put it on eBay. So this is just a regular scarf, it's not it's not any kind of like special stitches or anything. All it does is document the latency of the train. And it sold on eBay for 7,550 euro. 7,550 euro for that scarf. That's, just tiny interesting detail about the end of that story. But as you can see, you can pretty much choose anything in your day, any variable, and document it, and it might end up being a very, very big success. Sonia says she just Googled the article and sent it to a friend who does the timetables for the Deutsche Bahn. Really? I wonder if she probably knows the story, because as I understand, after it was sold for that enormous amount, it is actually in the Deutsche Bahn Museum right now, from what I understand. I think that's where it ended up. Yeah. Whackathon. Did she buy a car? From what I understand, she donated the money, went for charity. US dollar equivalent, I cannot calculate it right now, but maybe one of the people can do it real quick. I normally use Google. I can't convert currency the same way I cannot convert the times. No, they didn't. From what I understood, so I tried to follow the story to give you the end of it. I know it's in the Deutsche Bahn Museum right now. I don't think the Deutsche Bahn are the ones who sold it. I think someone bought it and then gave it to the Deutsche Bahn. Mocha is saying it's roughly $8,500. Documenting potholes. Right? When we get rolls, we're doing something right. So don't forget to hit the thumbs up if you haven't yet. I haven't looked. How many are we here? We have 88 people and 81 likes. So don't forget to hit the thumbs up, please. Maybe she donated to her national rail system so they'd be on time. Yes, maybe. Judy is saying the Canadian equivalent is 10,000 Canadian dollars. See, so yeah, you never know. Your tiny project to pass the time while waiting for the train might end up going viral and earning a lot of money. All right, so those were the project group that I call the documentation projects that document different things or events. So as we said, temperature blanket, fall under that, mood blankets, latency scarves, but anything that actually sets a color for a variable and documents what happens with that very different variables of said subject throughout the year. Mocha said she had the converter up because she's ordering yarn on Yarn Street. Ooh, yay! I know, I'm such an enabler. Are you getting yarn art? Golden egg projects, right? So yeah, so that was the first group of projects. Another thing that you can do as a year-long project is follow a crochet calendar. And I understand that there are different kinds of crochet calendars right now. I want to show you what I mean. Thinking of a scarf documenting the most used emojis. Oh, that's a good one. 1 second. Sorry, guys. I had to take this off my wall. I was gonna do this before I started the live, and I forgot. So, crochet calendars. I got this one as a gift from Doris. Thank you, Doris. This one I got as a gift from Doris, and it came from the US. But I understand that these kind of calendars are sold by different yarn companies, worldwide. So this is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about crochet calendars. Different calendars that have a project for each month. So when you open it up, you have January, and this is the crochet project that you have, and you get all the patterns along with the calendar. So when you buy the calendar, you get the patterns inside, and at the end you can see all the different patterns that were included throughout the year. There are several deep potholes nearby that the council keeps repairing, but they reappear again. See, that can go viral. Right? I know, Mocha. That's why I keep telling people to buy from Yarn Art. You don't know if you can use something that thin. Yeah, there are Yarn Art actually also has a worsted cake. I think it's their merino cake. Your whole project will be bunnies because it's the emojis you use the most. Debbie had that one too. What is the URL for Yarn Streets? I know that Catherine has it. Catherine, can you put the link to Yarn Street, please? So yeah, that was the crochet calendar for this past year, for 2021. But as I understand, they are already selling this year's. So I put a link in the description box below to some that I found, but I didn't find many because probably they started selling them before the beginning of January, and they are probably already sold out. But if you get yourself a calendar like this one that comes with patterns, so that can be a year-long project. You just go through the calendar, and every month you make the project that comes with it. Again, before you buy, of course, look at the kind of projects that are in the back, see if it's your kind of projects. This specific calendar had a nice variety. So, it had 2 pillows, 3 blankets, actually, a bag, a mobile, and some coasters, and I keep thinking in German. I keep saying Topflappen. How do you call them? pot holders. So there were like some nice patterns, but again, always look behind, see if it's like your style of patterns, if it's your style of project stuff that you like to work on. And the good thing about these crochet calendars is that after the year is over, you can still keep them and use the patterns, you know, you don't throw them away. All right, Catherine, thanks. Isela says, hi, she is lurking. Okay, lurking is good. Lurking is welcome here. Hi, Chris. Good to see you. Debbie saying she bought the 2022 Annie's. Yeah, it is. I think that's one of the ones that I linked below. Annika is saying she had a crochet calendar last year with her yarn order, a horoscope amigurumi each month. Oh, that is so cool. And this year it is endangered animals. It came with Crochet magazine. Yeah, so I was just about to say, so there are the crochet calendars that you can buy from different yarn companies or at your big box store. And another one, another option is from monthly crochet magazine subscriptions. Now, I know that some people like to have monthly crochet magazine subscriptions. Some people don't for different reasons. But I know that there are several of them that either have a calendar that come with the subscription, or they run the monthly or the yearly projects on the magazine. So with some of the magazines have a year-long crochet along, where every month part of the pattern will be in the magazine of that month. And if you buy the yearly subscription, you can follow along and join their crochet along. Angela is saying, talking about potholes. Local ones had flowers planted in them. Really? That's funny. Hi, Jamie. She says, thanks, Rezi. You finally gave me a goal to work towards in 2022. Create a scarf that's viral, worthy for 10,000 Canadian dollars. That's the crochet goals for 2022. Carrie just ordered her first magazine subscription. Which one is it? What did you get? So to end Angela's story, she said they got left by the council, so someone drew naughty pictures around them. The kids get the blame until Greta come caught in the act. Oh! That's funny. So, that is very, very funny. All right, so yeah, so crochet calendars or different crochet magazines, crochet alongs. These are the second kind. Either you buy the calendar, you know, or you get it as a gift, and then you follow along and make each month. You make the pattern of that month, you know. So I specifically like this one in this specific calendar. I really liked the Bee Mobile because I thought it was something different than the rest of the project. As I've said, you had 3 pillows, this one, that one, and the kiwi one. And you had 3 blankets, that one, and that one. And then you had these coasters, and these 3, they were all like coasters and pot holders, and that one too. So I kind of liked the Bee Mobile. It was a little bit different than the rest of the patterns, but yeah, look, you know, before you buy to make sure what the patterns inside are. So you can either get the calendar, work each month on one project, or you know, get the crochet magazine and get a part of the pattern each month, or the calendar that comes with the magazine. And then, you know, it cuts off the find your pattern part, right? It already tells you what the patterns are, and all you got to do is like work it 1 month at a time. Catherine saying, instead of drinking games, crochet games. Every time a politician dodges a questions on the news, crochet a row. in party colors. Oh, see, that can go viral. Fiona is saying plants planted in potholes are done in secret, usually at night by guerrilla gardeners. Guerrilla garden. It's like plant bombing, like the gardener version of yarn bombing. Judy is saying Expression Fiber Arts is doing a yearly mystery knit and crochet blankets. Part will be revealed every month. Oh, that's nice. Is she doing that on her website, on the mailing list, or on her YouTube? Sally also got the Annie's crochet calendar, and it has really nice patterns. Yeah, you know, actually, since we are talking about it, I did have it open here. So this one is the Annie's one. And let's see if I can, you know, you cannot make it bigger. But here, maybe you can see some of the patterns. So, oh, what did I do? So you can see some of the patterns there. Those are, again, pot holders, and there's a garland, a mug cozy. Then you got this beautiful flower blanket, a bag, another blanket, something that looks, again, either like a pot holder or placements, a cute, really, really cute beanie, leg warmers and wrist warmers, some pumpkin pot holders, napkin and placements, and then this beautiful bag. So it really has very, very nice patterns in it. I'm kind of sad, you know, I can't order it. They don't ship it worldwide, but let's say it this way. I did find a place where you can get it shipped worldwide, but the shipping will be 3 times the worth of the calendar. Guerrilla knitting as a thing here is the thing here for a few years. Yeah. Go guerrilla gardeners. Stick it to the man. All right, thank you, Judy, for that information. All right, so yeah, this was the Annie's one. I just wanted to show you guys. Right. And as I've said at the beginning, the last kind of yearly project that I wanted to talk about is yearly crochet along or make alongs that are hosted by different content creators, which are, you know, either YouTubers, bloggers, people with, you know, Facebook and Instagram pages, and so on. Let me just drink something real quick. Sorry. Yeah. So, what kind of yearly projects can we expect this year? Now, I'm gonna like run through a few of them with you. The ones that I'm gonna talk about are already linked in the description box below. Now, naturally, I cannot cover them all. There are way more than I can talk about and way more than I even know about. So don't worry if there's some that you know of that I didn't mention. What you can do is come back to the video when it goes into replay and tell me about them in the comments, and that will enter you into this week's giveaway. So every week on Yarniversity, we have a giveaway. When the live is over and goes into replay, you guys come back and comment down below. And your comment is the entry into the giveaway. So for this week's, as I've just said, you will come back and comment down below and let me know about different crochet alongs that we didn't talk about, or ones that you are planning on, you know, taking part in. And yeah. And that will be your entry for this week. And And I'm looking forward, to find out about ones that I didn't find, or, ones that I did find but didn't talk about today. Who would? No, Jamie. No, we do not want to do that. Lori says, eventually, all of Annie's patterns end up on e-patterns, and you should be able to buy the downloaded worldwide. Yes, I know. You can already download it as a digital download right now, but I really like having like this. This calendar that Doris sent me last year was hanging on my wall all year long, and I actually used it. I like the physical calendar. I mean, of course, I can get the patterns online. It's never a problem. I really loved having the calendar itself. But I will talk about it in a little bit. I have a calendar coming. But we'll talk about it in really just a second. Hi, Melissa. Welcome in. Thank you. That was very nice. If you're just coming in late, don't forget to hit the thumbs up, please. Annie's is notorious for recycling or rebundling their patterns. Really? Oh, that's not nice of them. You're still finishing up a crochet one from last year. All right, so as I've said, don't tell me about it in the chat now. That's not gonna work. You're gonna have to come back to the video after the live is finished and comment it down below. If you write it right now, it goes in the chat, and that doesn't work. I cannot pick out of the chat. Yes. Yes, Tammy, I agree. Sonia is saying, Reggie is playing a hot male crocheters calendar. Oh my god, I need to get on that. Wait, oh my god, male crocheters calendar. Oh my god, I'm so going to do this. I am so on this for next year. Right, I agree, Lori. I buy them for the same reason. All right, so yearly crochet alongs and make alongs that you can join. And the first one that I am going to mention is Seta's calendar crochet along. It has been going for a few years now. I have been taking part in it for a few years now, but this year I am especially excited about, and I ordered Seta's calendar. So I will have a calendar on my wall this year. I'm just waiting for it to arrive from overseas, and once it gets here, I will be very, very excited. So Seta's calendar cal, for those of you who do not know, Seta from Seta's Place, she was here before, but I put her link in the description down below. And for a few years now already, she has been taking a calendar. It has always been the Alaska calendar, but this year she's using a very special different one, but you're gonna have to go and watch it on her channel because she explains it much better. And you would take the picture from that month, and inspired by the colors in the picture, you would make a project. So the calendar cal hosted by Seta, pretty much all the viewers and everyone who wants to take part follows the same calendar, the one that she chose. And she shows every month, she would show the picture of the month on her channel, and she would also post a picture on the Facebook group. And of course, if you have the calendar at home, then you can just look at your calendar. And the idea is that you choose the colors out of that month's pictures and make a project using that color. So every month you make one project with the colors from the calendar, and that way you enter throughout the year. I've been entering Seta's calendar cal for a few years now already, and I love it very much. And like I said, I'm specifically excited about this year's, but you guys are just gonna have to watch her video to see why. Uh, Lacey saying, please let me know once this calendar is available for purchase. Also, you can add a monthly calendar to your subscription box. You've not seen any male crocheters that are hot? Maybe you haven't seen the right ones. Right? Are you gonna use the pictures Kim posted today for your calendar? I don't think the men in those pictures made what they are wearing. I think someone made it and they're just wearing it. Plus, it's most of the pictures are the same guy from what I saw. Right? Seta's calendars are always so beautiful. Naked amigurumi dolls calendar. Oh my god. There are quite a few good-looking crocheters. Male crocheters. All right. So, yeah, so that's Seta's calendar, Kyle, that I am doing this year. I also did last year and the year before, and I hope that you guys will join this year's with Seta as well. I can't say, but you guys, you gotta, yeah. All right. So that's the calendar crochet along by Seta. Now, someone mentioned before when we were talking about different crochet alongs, when I asked what kind of crochet alongs are you guys doing this year, someone mentioned another calendar, Kyle. I don't know much about that one, but to be honest, I like I said, I like Seta's calendar, Cal. I think she was, well, at least from what I saw, she was the first one to come up with it in the, YouTube community. So I'm sticking with hers. And, word of advice for content creators, if you're starting something new, be original. Are we still talking about male crocheters? Why did we... Sonia, why did I even read your comment? Now we're gonna have a discussion about hot male crocheters. This is not what this live is about. You know what? This can be a separate Yarniversity. Yes, not. All right. Next, make along for the year that I want to mention is hosted by Judy from Witch Beast Crafts, and that, to answer all of your questions, is what this is behind me. So Judy started last year her yearly make along, and it was called the Birthstone Make Along, and every month she would talk about the birthstone of the month and give some options for colors inspired by that stone, gemstone, or semi-precious stones. And she would give you a selection of up to 3 colors to choose from, and you would choose one of those colors and work the project that you chose to do. So you could have done whatever you want. I chose to do a shawl, and the rule was that you have to make at least 4 rows in that colorway each month. So I did 4 rows a month, and I made this shawl. So that is what's behind me. That is my Birthstone Make Along shawl of 2021. And Judy, a lot of people really liked it. It became a very big make-along. A lot of people took part in it. So Judy followed, her followers and their wishes and came out with a new one for 2022. So for 2022, every month she chooses another vinyl record, and she shows the cover of that record on her channel at the beginning of the month, and inspired by that record, you would make your whatever of the month. If you're making a blanket and you're making squares, you make a square, or if you're working a project like me, like a shawl, you will choose your colorway and work your rows inspired by that. Oh, you guys are still talking about male who crochet. It's that I see that I'm just not gonna fight you on that one. Sarah says she just checked and it said it's closed. I don't understand what happened. I'll try again. Sarah, I don't know what you're talking about. What is closed? Cheryl says, nice. Mine is blue sapphire, cat's eyes, and diamond. Oh, your birthstone. Nice. Buka is saying, just didn't notice the capless. You were not shouting at us. Okay, good. No, he's not screaming cute. Come on, there are cuter ones. All right, so yeah, so Judy at Witch Piece Crafts, I recommend you all go check her out and check out her Rock 22 Rock 2022 make along, and it is, as I've said, inspired by different records. She already showed the record for January. I haven't started working on mine yet, but I think I'm gonna do a shawl again. I'm gonna probably choose a different pattern than this one, but still, I think I'm gonna do a shawl again and work 4 rows a month for the shawl. I did it for this one, so it's 4 rows. Let's bring Imogen here. I did 4 rows a month for 12 months, and it's pretty big, as you can see. I mean, Imogen is wearing it. Here is the beginning of it, and that's how long it is. So it's pretty, it's pretty big. And I thought that that was like 4 rows a month were enough. Yes, Judy started it already. She already showed the first record for the year. The video January 1st says it's closed but available on her website. Sarah, I'm not sure what you're talking about. What do you mean her video is closed? Oh, the giveaway is closed, not the crochet along. Yeah, that makes sense. She did a giveaway on the video, but no, the video you want to look for is the one where she explains the crochet along for the rules and shows the picture for January. I'm pretty sure, yeah, now that Catherine's saying it, pretty much sure that that's what it means too, that the giveaway on the video is closed, but the rules are, the crochet along just started. It just started. Vinyl rules. Yeah, I was surprised to know that people still buy I had no idea that people still buy vinyl records, or that vinyl records still being produced. Yeah, that was a shocker for me, but I think it's gonna be fun. The first one she chose was already a surprise for me, so I'm looking forward to seeing what she will still come up with. Right? I loved the birthstone one. She really, Okay, let's talk really quick, because I didn't mean to talk about this, but let's talk real quick about the birthstone make along from last year. So as I've said, for every month, she had the stone of the month, and then she chose some colors, and let you choose out of those 3 colors. And at the beginning, so the first month, one of the colors that were so one of the possibilities was black, and I thought, no one's gonna choose black because nobody likes to crochet with black yarn. So I chose black because you guys know how I like to do things different than anyone else. So I did black to begin with. And then the next month there were a few other colors and gray. And once again I said, oh, the other colors are way more popular. I'm going to go with the gray. And until about here, I continued with that thinking. So I always, like, my thought was to always go for the least popular color so that my shawl will look different in colors than what everyone else was doing. But then we got to these 3 colors, which, if you look at this section here that looks like the Italy flag, if you look at this section here, it's very Christmassy, like green, white, red, but these 3 months didn't have a big choice. So even in the greens, there were only a choice between 2 different kinds of green, and at the white, it was white or cream, and here this color was ruby. So these 3 colors pretty much were the same with everyone's projects, no matter, like, you didn't have a lot of choice. And so when the shawl was this big, when it came to here, I wasn't sure I like it anymore. I really did not like that middle section of this like Christmassy look section. But then as it progresses, it went into the blues, and here in this month, she actually gave a selection of whatever color you want, because the stone that represented this month came in a huge variety of colors. And so when we came to this month, I just said, okay, this shawl up until here, like, so this section here from the black until the blue was very boring, and I felt like it needed like a kick. So I came up with this pink here. And then the last 2 months of the year had this mustard yellow and dark blue, which turned out very, very nice. But I'm very happy that I went with this pink here, because I think if I would have gone with any other color here, maybe from the cold color scale, then this shawl would be very boring and I would not have liked it at all. But the way it came out eventually, I like it a lot. I actually wore it twice already. So yeah, the birthstone make-along, it was a lot of fun. It was a surprise every month to see which colors will she choose, which colors will be the possibility. It was a lot of fun. I think Fiona says she googled yarn art. She's looking at the flowers cake, which is 55 cotton and 45 pack. Yeah, pack is acrylic. Yes. You got Metallica's Black Album on vinyl. Nice. Right? Which last 3 colors? These? But this is mustard. Yeah, it kind of look like yeah, you're right. Like blue, yellow, red. Yes, I can see that. Might explore on classical musicians' work each month and choose colors according how much I like that artist. Oh, that's interesting. That's an interesting way of going at it. Yeah, so that is Judy at Witch Piece Craft. Check her out. Her link is in the description box below, and if you're not yet subscribed to her, let her leave her a comment and tell her I sent you over. The next project I want to talk about is the Sock It To Me challenge. This is hosted by Linda Simpson from Linda Simpson and Kim from Kim's Crochet and Knits. They are hosting together a yearly make-along where you will make 1 pair of socks a month. And you can make, whatever you want, whichever pattern you want. You can crochet it, you can knit it. You can, use whatever colors, whatever pattern, whatever yarn you want, as long as you make 1 pair of socks each month. And you would enter by then posting a picture of the pair of socks that you made that month on the Facebook group. I think you might also be able to post on Instagram. I'm not sure. Don't quote me about it, but as I've said, I linked Linda's video in the description box below, and she explains it way better than me. I really want to take part in this one because you guys know how much I love to crochet socks. However, with starting to work again and doing my own projects that I want to work on every month, I doubt that I'll be able to actually complete a pair of socks a month, but maybe every second month or something like that. I will try to enter as many times during the year as I can, but if you guys are into making socks, this is a really cool challenge, and I'm a sucker for the name, the Sock It To Me challenge. So I linked that in the description box as well. The socks thing sounds like me, says Lacey. Francie says, when you start wrapping a shawl, the result can be very surprising. When you start wrapping a shawl, the result can be very surprising, like the last Stephen West surprise. Yeah. Sorry, I got a message. Sorry. You like the sock idea, but it's a bit ambitious. Yeah, I think a pair of socks a month for me is a bit ambitious right now, but I would like to try and enter as many times along the year as I can. Oh yeah, Chris, see, if you have a monthly sock boxes, then you should definitely enter that one. Lacey says maybe you can do 1 sock per month, and that will be 6 pairs in a year. Yeah, see, that's a start. I can definitely finish 1 sock a month. Sociopaths. Oh my god, I'm so going to use that. Sociopaths. Oh yeah, if we're talking casting on a pair a month, I can do that. I can cast on once every month. Yes, Francie, definitely good idea. I mean, if you can stand up to 1 pair of socks a month, that's great. But again, if you can make, 6 pairs a year, 4 pairs a year, it doesn't matter. Once you make them, once they are finished, post them and enter the challenge. I think that every pair is an entry, if I'm not mistaken. But again, don't quote me on that. Go to Linda's channel, watch the video, and hear what it is about exactly. The next one I want to talk about is the Wacky Make-A-Do from Mad Mimi Crochet and Farming. If you're not yet subscribed to Laura, her link is in the description box below. And once again, go and watch her because she explains the challenge way better than I am. But I'm going to tell you more or less, what I know about it. So, this challenge is actually it's a year-long make-along. You can do whatever you want. You can crochet, you can knit, you can sew, you can make paper, craft, whatever you want. I don't know, bake, whatever suits you fancy. Candle wax, I'm just I'm gonna stop. But the point is that it is a year-long make-along, but the entries to the challenge are quarterly. So Laura has invited everyone to join in, and what it's based on is wacky holidays. So it's based off of different wacky holidays, and what you have to do, there's the list of the yearly wacky holidays, and every quarter you need to choose one and make a project inspired by that wacky holiday. And then you would post either a picture or a video on YouTube, or send her an email or whatever to enter once a quarter. So it's a total of 4 projects a year. And yeah, and of course there are prizes at the end and so on. I loved that idea. I loved the wacky holidays. And as I've mentioned last week, and I'm gonna tell you guys that again, my entry into this challenge are my new Yarn Club boxes. So my new Yarn Club that is starting this month, the boxes are based off of different wacky holidays. So each month's box is inspired by a different wacky holiday that takes place in that month. So what I do is I create these boxes, design the patterns, and curate everything that's inside them, and that is my craft and my entry into the wacky make a do. And I will of course every month do a video after the boxes are shipped out. So after I ship out the boxes to the people who bought them each month, I will show what's in the box on my channel, so the people who are not subscribed to the boxes will be able to see what came in the box of that wacky holiday. Lori saying maybe one sock in first half of the year and the other sock in the second half, and you'll have a full pair at the end of the year, and that's already too ambitious. Right? Are you gonna do Kiss a Ginger Day? I don't think that's on my list. I'm very happy that you guys are excited about the Yarn Club. There are, as I've said, 2 more spots available for those of you who are interested. Unless someone bought them while I'm sitting here talking. But at the beginning of today's live, there were still 2 boxes for January available. And the theme that I chose for January, so the wacky holiday that I chose out of the list for January, is Fruitcake Toss Day. And if you guys don't know what that is, you gotta go Google it. It's hilarious. Sonia. All right, so as I've said, the wacky make-a-do from Mad Mimi's Crochet and Farming. Hi Ursula, thank you for joining in. It's a year-long make-along, but you only have to submit 4 different projects, one every quarter. And of course, you can do more. No one's going to tell you no. But the minimum to enter is 1 every quarter. And I find it to be very fun. So I hope that you guys will enjoy that as well. Next yearly make along for those amigurumi lovers amongst you. I know we have a few amigurumi makers and amigurumi lovers here. So if you haven't heard about it yet, go check out Anita at YOH Crochet. And Anita, I don't know if you're here today. Sometimes she's here. Anita has launched her Amigurumi Wars for 2022, and she has different content creators hosting. So every month is hosted by a different content creator. And again, go to her channel, subscribe, tell her I sent you, and watch her video to see what it's about. But the gist of it is that every month, the creator that's hosting that month, you will send them at the beginning of the month, you will send them your list of projects that or amigurumis that you are planning to make. And the point is to make as many amigurumis each month. So it is definitely more a challenge for your, amigurumi lovers. And you can either use a free pattern or a paid pattern. And every piece that you make and send or post a finished picture of is an entry. If it's made off of a free pattern, you get 1 point. And if it's made off of a paid pattern, you get 2 points. And there are a whole bunch of other rules, but I will, as I've said, leave it to Anita. She explains it way better. So go and watch her video if you are an amigurumi lover and you want to enter into that challenge. And from what I understand, this is how it works. At the end of each month, all the names will be put into a hat and one of them will be randomly chosen. So of course, the more amigurumis that you made during the month, the more times your name goes into the hat. So if you made, 5, 6, 7, that's how many times your names, and so the higher chance you have to win. And the more paid pattern you use, the more entries you get, because every free pattern is 1 entry, but every paid pattern that you use is 2 entries. So if you make 6 amigurumis and out of those 3 were paid patterns, so actually you got 9 entries that month, the higher the chance that you will be picked. And at the end of each month, 1 person is being picked out of a hat and they win a prize from that maker. But also at the end of the year, all the entries will be put together and 1 winner will be chosen out of all the entries throughout the year. And that person will receive 1 prize from each host. So from all the hosts that hosted throughout the year. Yes, so Anita's channel is in the description box below the video. All the links to everyone I'm talking about is in the description box below the video. And as I've said, she explains it way better. So go watch her video and subscribe to her and leave her a comment under the video and tell her that I sent you. Yeah, so that's the Amigurumi Wars for 2022 for your amigurumi lovers. Yes, more entries for paid patterns to encourage people to support pattern writers. Chris says she has a kit for nativity she bought a few years ago. She told her daughter definitely make it so the daughter would have it next year. She'd be almost 2 by then. Well, see, that is a goal. Something to work on. Hi, Susan. So if we're already on the subject of amigurumis, I'm going to tell you about another very interesting amigurumi crochet along, and that is the amigurumi crochet along advent calendar. So this is hosted by the Loopy Lamb, and once again, the link is in the description box below, and she explains it way better than me. But the point is that throughout the year, there's gonna be patterns and tutorials coming out where you would be making 1 doll and a whole bunch of clothing and accessories items for that doll. But they will all be small so that you can fit them into an advent calendar. And come Christmas time or come the holiday season, you can gift that advent calendar with the doll and all the accessories to whoever you want. So I thought that was nice. It's combining a year-long project It's combining making, you know, a doll and all the accessories for the doll, which is a cool thing at itself. And in the end, it becomes a gift that you gift someone, and they will open every day. And, you know, the first day, maybe they will get the doll, and then every day after, they will get a different accessory for the doll, which I thought was a very, very cool idea. What about self-designed patterns? I do not know. Again, I'm not the person to ask, but definitely go and check out Anita. Ooh, you have the narwhal kit coming up. Does gluing googly eyes on a ball of yarn count as amigurumi? I don't think so. I do think they will, Chris. I do think they will. So yeah, so that one is, as I've said, this is the Amigurumi Advent Calendar Crochet Along by the Loopy Lamb, and I think it is a really cool idea. Melanie says she crochets dolls as a business, and those are such cool ideas for amigurumi, and yes, great gifts too. Well, see, Melanie, if you do it as a business, then you must have a ton of ideas. Hi, Mare. Yes, so that one is again for you amigurumi lovers. Good night, Churros. Good night. I highly appreciate you being here. I know it's very, very late for you. All right, so the next one that I wanted to mention is the Moogly Crochet Along for 2022. Someone mentioned it before in the beginning as well. So the Moogly Crochet Along, it's coming on its 9th year now. She's been doing this. There are 12 different squares that at the end of the year are being put into a blanket. The squares are designed by different designers, so each square is designed by a different designer, and it's a really cool way to get to know new designers, to learn new techniques, to try out different square patterns, and of course in the end to get a nice blanket. It's a lot because it is designed by different designers, and each of them has a different take of what, you know, a crochet square should be, and each of them uses different techniques, and each of them has their strengths. Then you learn a lot by just doing the crochet along. You learn a lot of new techniques. You learn, you know, some pattern readings, some new stitches, color work, and such. So if you are into, you know, learning a little bit and getting a nice blanket in the end, and Moogly is always she always has very nice things, then I highly recommend checking that out. I put the link down below to the blog, to the Moogly blog entry about her 2022 crochet along, where you can check all the dates, the release dates of the coming squares, and the first one is already out, so you can already see the first square and see, you know, if you want to start working on it. Guten Tag, Gigi. Hi, good to see you. Thank you for coming in and giving the thumbs up. If the yarn ball with googly eyes is glued onto a plush or Barbie body, then we call it art. Wash-alongs, yes! Washcloths, crochet along. I love that, Sonia. We can do that, and everyone will send it to you in the end. Hi, Chris. Hello, Adia. And hi to Jen. Hello to everyone just coming in. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And if you're not yet subscribed, please subscribe down below. So yeah, the Mowgli, you get a nice blanket in the end. Another nice one where you will get a cool blanket in the end is hosted by the Knitter Knotter, and it is a Tunisian blanket. Ooh, we have a new member. Wait, everyone. Cheers, Lashira! Thank you very much for joining the membership program. I hope that you will like it, and I'm looking forward to seeing you on this month's members only live chat. Cheers! Oh, that is fun! It's been a while since we got a new member. Thank you for joining, Lashira. Yeah, so we were talking about Knitter Knotter. So Knitter Knotter, she is hosting something very similar to what I have just mentioned from Mowgli. Only her blanket, or the blanket you'll be making with her, is a Tunisian blanket, and it is a free mystery crochet along. So every time a new square comes out, that's when you won't know what it looks like before the new pattern comes out. But you get one square every 2 weeks, and all in all, it's 24 squares, each of them designed by a different designer. So there are 24 designers taking part in that. And yes, as I've said, it is hosted by Knitter Knotter, and it is Tunisian crochet for those of you who would like to try that. I think it's also very interesting for those of you who like Tunisian crochet or just starting out with Tunisian crochet, because once again, you have 24 different designers, a lot of new techniques, a lot of things to learn that you might not have tried before. So if you are into Tunisian crochet, check that one out. It's linked in the description box below. Hi, Ashley. Hi, Jamie. Hello to everyone just coming in. Hi, Nana Michelle. Yeah, cheers to Lashira. Yeah, so that was the Tunisian blanket. And we have 2 more blankets. By the way, if you're just coming in, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And if you're not yet subscribed, please subscribe down below. And if you want to join the membership program and follow in Lashira's footsteps and join us this month for the members only live, then press the join button down below or follow the link in the description box below. It will take you directly to the membership program and tell you everything you need to know about that. And if you only now coming in, I'm going to repeat that real quick for to enter this week's giveaway. What you need to do is you need to wait until the live is over and the video goes into replay. So you cannot do it now, because anything you write now will go into the chat. You need to wait until the video is over and come back and comment down below. And this week, I want you to comment down below and let me know about make-alongs that we did not talk about in today's live. So if you know about ones that maybe I didn't cover, or make-alongs, different make-alongs that you are planning to take part in this year. And you tell me about it in the comments, and that will be your entry for this week's giveaway. And we will choose the winner for that on next Yarniversity, next week. So the next blanket crochet along that I wanted to mention is hosted by the Cool Crochet Society. She also has a channel here on YouTube. I linked it down below. And she is doing the Country Garden 2022 crochet along. Now the Country Garden is the name of the blanket, and I wanted to show it to you real quick so you'll get an idea of what the project is. So unlike some of the other crochet alongs that are a mystery and you don't know what the blanket will look like in the end, like those different square crochet alongs, you will only find out what the next square looks like once the design comes up. But with this blanket, you already know what it's going to look like, but the pattern will be released in pieces along the year. And here's what it looks like. So as you can see, it is a very intricate design. very colorful, and it is called the Country Garden. As you can see, it definitely looks like a garden. It has a lot of flowers, what appears to be some butterflies, and I think the blanket looks beautiful. I think, you know, everyone, it's one of these blankets you could put like all of your leftover stash yarn in, because the sections are very small, and there's not like very big color repeats aside from maybe the green, but you can use different shades of green, and the more shades of green you will use, the more interesting the blanket will be. But I like that you can see this pattern. You see it and you say, oh, this is a very nice pattern, very intricate, very interesting. It has a lot of different stitches. I can see, you know, I can see wave stitch, I can see popcorns, I can see those beautiful 3D flowers, I can see spike stitches, I can see waffle stitch, I can see front post and back post, and wheelie stitches, and like bubbles. I did say bubbles already. Those butterflies that are definitely 3D stitch of some kind, V stitches, double crochets, front post, back post. So it's sort of like, again, a learning new techniques and learning different stitches and working different textures, and definitely working your entire stash. Alice says she will have no yarn left. Hi, Jeanette. Welcome in. Yeah, you get like a lot of different techniques in one blanket. And of course, at the end of the year, you have the finished blanket, which I think looks like a work of art. So that is the Country Garden 2022 Crochet Along, and it's hosted by the Cool Crochet Society, and I linked her channel and her video down below, the video where she talks about the Crochet Along and how it's going to work. And in that video, there's also a link to her blog where you can also read about it if you want. Your stash is not that big. I mean, I thought when I saw that back in the summer, oh yay, using up all my yarn leftovers. You know, those like rows that have 5 bubbles in one color, and then the next row have 5 bubbles in a different color. I can like totally use up all my scraps on that. Hi, Gracie. She says she's been lurking and she loves the Country Garden Crochet Along. See, there's something for everyone in today's life. You will definitely find some inspiration for your year-long project here today. No, it is not. And that's what I like. It looks very intricate, but when you break it down to the different sections, you can definitely do like a section a week. A section a month, not a month, but a section a week. And you know, one week you do those the wave in the middle, and then the next week you do the section above it with the wiggly thing, and the next week you do the section under it with the waffle. And so I think it's really nice. You're learning a lot of new techniques. And I promised you guys that there is one more blanket. So the last one, the last blanket, there's not the last make along, is hosted by our Angela. I don't know if you're still here, Angela, but we're talking about you now, so maybe your ears are burning. The Crazy Poppy Lady. And her link is in the description box below as well. And go, you know, subscribe to her, watch her video when she explains, and tell her I sent you. Leave her a comment, say I came from Reggie's. So she is hosting a stitch a week make along, where she will have a different stitch tutorial every week. And what you do is you will make a square using the stitch that she showed you every week. So every week you will have one square that's made with that stitch that she showed you that week. And at the end of the year, you'll be putting all the stitches together, and you will have one video about how to put them all together and one video for the border of the blanket. So at the end of the year, you will have like a sampler blanket of different kind of stitches. Yes, you're still here. All right. So for those of you who like to learn new stitches, and those of you who like sampler blankets, and those of you who want a year-long project where you will also learn a new stitch every week and better your crochet skills, and maybe again use a lot of stash yarn because all you make is 1 square a week. So if you have a lot of leftover yarns, you can pretty much use all of your leftover yarns on that one. You thought Jada's monthly. Yeah. There are a lot of crochet stitches, you know, and if all you're making is a square, 1 square with that stitch, it's really not a lot to make 1 square a week. So that is Angela, the Crazy Poppy Lady, stitch a week, crochet along, and yeah, and at the end of the year, you have a really, really cool sampler blanket with a lot of texture. All right. Oh my god. Have I been talking that much? It's only 8. No, sometimes I sit here more than 2 hours and I already... Oh. The filming takes longer, right? Yeah, I hear you about filming tutorials. Mocha says she loves the idea, but stitching 52 squares together at one time makes me break out in a rash. Can I cheat and join them as I go? I'm pretty sure you can. Tammy is saying a stitch a week is for her. Well, and go and check out Angela, the Crazy Poppy Lady. Her link is in the description box below. Annika is saying she likes that one. It's like, wow, crocheters last year crochet along, but I don't think I could keep up with my other projects. Well, again, the videos are gonna be there, so you can always go back and catch up on that one. All right, so the next one I want to talk about is hosted by Stitches and Scraps. Wait, my chat suddenly jumped. Use a glue gun to put the... Sonia is saying use a glue gun to put the squares together. Oh, you guys are funny. All right, so Stitches and Scraps, she's hosting a 2022 bag along. So every second month, every 2 months, so all in all 6 times in the year, there will be a new bag pattern. So one pattern every 2 months, 6 bags all in all, and she will have patterns and tutorials on her blog to make in the different bag patterns. And at the end, she has ways to enter, and she has some really nice prizes. She actually has some really cool sponsors for her crochet along. So for those of you who like to make bags or are into making bags, that might be worth looking into. Yes, right? If only you could glue gun and put googly eyes on every crochet project. all those things that us crocheters like to complain about, like sewing in ends, sewing squares together, and all that stuff. It's like, just use a glue gun. Yeah. Sonia, where have you been all our lives? Yeah, so that is the 2022 bag along, hosted by Stitches and Scraps, and that is hosted on her blog, and I linked her blog in the description box below. So I know that we have, I don't know if they are here today, but I know that we have at least 2 crochet bag makers, bag lovers here on Yarniversity. I really can't remember if I saw them here today. But I thought, since I know that they really like to make bags, and I'm sure there are more of you who like to make bags or who would like to at least follow the make along and maybe find at least one out of the 6 bag patterns that you like, then I thought I would mention it. Your husband can't understand how I can love to crochet so much but also hate sewing. Yes. It's like a love-hate relationship. Sonia, yeah, if crochet was hot glue and googly eyes, you would definitely be the master of crochet. I don't think there's gonna be a crochet machine anytime soon. All right, the very last make along that I have to talk about today is, no, actually I have to, sorry, I lied. I lied. I have more. So I wanted to mention real quick Nan's Next Knots Luck of the Draw. She's been doing it also, I think, for 5 years now. I think this year is going to be year number 5 of the Luck of the Draw crochet along. The Luck of the Draw works very similar to the projects that we spoke about at the beginning of today's live, where you would choose a pattern and you would choose I think 8. I'm not, again, don't quote me on that. You choose a certain number of colors. She tells you at the beginning of each year, you choose a certain number of colors and you give a number to each color and you choose a pattern. And then every so often, I don't remember how often, I think it's once a week if I'm not mistaken, she will tell you, she will draw one number and the color that corresponds on your card, from the colors you chose, the colors that corresponds with that number that she drew that week, that would be the one that you work. And so you work your pattern throughout the year, every week with the color that was drawn that week. So the pattern, as I've said, you choose it in the beginning of the year, and the colors change randomly according to the draw of that week, which is why it's called the Luck of the Draw. So, you know, if you have a project in mind and you like the idea of like working random colors, but you don't want to keep track on temperatures or trains or birds, that might be a nice idea for you. Who are the Yarniversity? Who are the Yarniversity bag ladies? Oh, we have 2. One of them is called Cynthia, and the other one has she doesn't have her name. She has like a channel name, and I can't remember it right now, but I know her picture. The picture that comes next to the name. Catherine says she loves sewing, but she hates sewing, crochet, and knit together. It's because yarn doesn't behave. Yeah, yarn doesn't behave like thread. That is true. Alice, if Apple creates a crochet machine, we will have to buy a new one every year. Right. I agree, like cell phones. Yeah, it's a bit too ambitious. So that is Nan's Next Knots, Luck of the Draw. Then we have the Scarf of the Month and the Hat of the Month. Those are both hosted by, oh my god, I can never know how to say the name of her blog. I think it's Umbauka. Her name is Rhonda, and she paired up with the Stitching Mommy, and her name is Amy, and both of them together are hosting the Scarf a Month and the Hat a Month crochet along. And what it is exactly what it sounds. Every month, each of them plus a host designer, so 3 in total, release a new pattern, 1 scarf pattern and 1 hat pattern. 1 from each of the hosts and one from a guest designer, so 3 in total. So that means that at the end of the year, you have 36 scarves and hat patterns. You don't have to make all of them. In order to be part of the make along, you need to choose at least one every month. You can choose all 3, but in order to enter, you need to choose at least 1 every month. And those are 2 separate make-alongs. So the scarf of the month is 1 make-along. The hat of the month is the other make-along. But if you combine them together, you get a set of scarf and hat every month, at least 1. If you make more, then you get more. And if you want to be, really ambitious, then you can combine the scarf of the month or the hat of the month make-along with one of the color-inspired make-alongs and enter multiple challenges at the same time with one project. So, for those of you who do, for example, Seta's calendar cal, and you want to make beanies or scarves or sets of beanies and scarves, you can take the pattern from the scarf and hat make-along and make it in the colors of the calendar cal make-along and enter both at the same time. But I thought it was really nice because, we always say, how many scarf patterns can there be? A scarf is pretty much just a really long rectangle thing. How intricate can it be? Well, apparently it can be intricate enough that you can get 36 different patterns of it a year. Tammy says she's been doing the hat and scarf monthly for the last couple of years and it's great. So she knows that one and she likes it. So so she can attest to that. I can attest that I did look at the patterns from past years. I never took part in it before. I did look at the patterns from past years and it's quite interesting to see. They are a lot of fun. There's like a lot of variety. Lacey says she never knew if double dipping crochet alongs was okay to do. Why not? Why not? As long as it's not, if you're not double dipping from the same creator. So if I'm running 3 make-alongs simultaneously and you're trying to enter the same project in all 3 of them, that might not be okay. But if you like entering the same one in mine and in someone else's, why not? I'm not an Apple person, so I'm not gonna take part in that discussion. All right, so that was Nanzeng's knots and the scarf and hat a month. And the last thing I want to mention is something that I literally learned about a few minutes before coming on the live today, and that is something that Jeanette from DIY Creations, she just spoke about it on her live today, which was right before mine. So I don't know a lot about it. I just remember a few things that she mentioned, but I linked Jeanette's channel in the description box below, and you can go and watch her talking about it. But what it is that Jeanette challenges everyone for 2022 to keep track on how much money you spend on yarn throughout the year. So what you would do, this is actually really fun because it's not really a make along, it's more like a year-long project that's not requiring you to make anything, just requires you to keep track. And what you would do is every time you buy yarn throughout the year, you would, document how much you spent. And at the end of the year, you will calculate how much you spent on yarn a year. Yeah, so I thought it was a really cool idea, but a very, very dangerous idea. Why? Because if my husband finds that notebook where I document how much money I spent on yarn this year, it might be problematic. Yeah. Right? Yeah, not doing that. No, no, no. Bad idea. Everyone's saying it's a very bad idea. So Jeanette is saying it's the yarn challenge. How much money you spend on yarn. It's also good for tax writing. So if you have a business, you can keep track on how much yarn you spent, money you spent. But yeah, right. That's a very dangerous. And Jeanette, I think you can understand from people's reactions that they are not very keen on documenting and actually knowing the number. It's a trap. It's a trap. Alice is saying, who wants that can of worms? And Karen is saying her excuse is she sells her makes. But it's still too much. Yeah, right. I think the husbands will have very interesting responses to that. And just Ursula is saying she doesn't think she would like to know. She doesn't even think she would like to know how much she spends on yarn. Oh, have a great week, Tammy. Angela saying at the moment it says it's Christmas money, then birthday monies. Chris is saying yarn is her happy place. Why bring money accountability into it? Lacey saying beware, this is a strategy people use to make smokers quit cigarettes. Yeah, so, but you know, if you guys are up to the challenge to finding out for yourself, you know, how many vacations you could have gone on if only you wouldn't have bought that yarn, then this challenge is for you. And for the bravest of us, of course, because I don't even think I myself am brave enough to take part in that. Because I know I spend I don't even want to put a number on it, but a tremendous amount of money on yarn a month. So a year, oh my god, oh no, if I would find that out, I'm pretty sure I could like buy a house a year. The money I spend on yarn. All right, so yeah, for the bravest amongst you to take part in that challenge, I I salute you. And yeah, that concludes my list of, you know, the different make-alongs that I thought were worth mentioning. I hope that, you know, it helped those of you who were looking into making some kind of year-long project or working or taking part in some year-long make-along. I hope that, you know, it gave you some ideas of what you can look into. And if you do end up, you know, taking part in any of these, I would love to know. You know, post pictures on our Facebook group. The Facebook group is not just for me to post stuff, you know. I know right now I am the major poster on the Facebook group, but you guys feel free to post whatever you're doing. I want to see. It's very inspiring to see other people's stuff. And also come back to the video and comment down below in order to enter into the giveaway. And speaking of giveaways, we're gonna choose the winner for last week's giveaway in just a second. Verna is saying, I record expenses in Quicken. I guess is it an app? Wanda is saying she hates to think how much she spends on yarn and crochet related items. Yeah, sometimes there are some things that you shouldn't think about. Sally says, I'm going to keep my yarn bands this year so I know how much yarn I used. Yeah, that's another cool challenge. You can see how much you actually used. Mary saying, I'm not sure I want to know. My son's girlfriend wanted to buy me yarn for Christmas and my son shouted, no, never, ever. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. Oh, wow, Mocha. Oh. Yes, Catherine. Please, Catherine, drop the link to your live. And Catherine is starting a new thing where every second Wednesday of the month, she's gonna have a live on her channel. Catherine, is it cocktails and yarn and cocktails, right? Which already sounds like a lot of fun. And I hope that you guys will all join us on Wednesday. So this coming Wednesday will be the second Wednesday of the month. So I hope that you guys will all join us live on Catherine's channel, Cat's Eye Catchers. If you're not yet subscribed, go subscribe to her. All right. So now we're going to go and choose the winner from last week's live. So let me just open the YouTube random comment picker and let me take you guys with me. I already inserted the URL for last week and I'm going to filter duplicate comments and let's get the comments and we have 50 entries. So just to remind you, last week I asked have you ever subscribed to a yarn subscription, and if you have, which one? And if the comment that comes up on the random comment picker does not answer the question that I asked, then I will have to choose a different winner. If the comment does answer the question I asked and you are the winner, you will have 1 week, exactly 1 week. So from today until next Yarniversity, next Sunday, to contact me. My email is in the description box below and claim your prize. If you do not do so, then your winning is void and I will have to choose a new winner. Okay, so good luck to everyone and let's see. And we have Lori Hobson and she says she's never subscribed to a yarn box but would like to try one from an indie dyer. Well, Lori, that answers the question and you are the winner. So congratulations, Lori. And as I've said, Lori, you have 1 week to contact me. My email's in the description box below. Claim your prize, write me your address so that I can ship your winnings to you. What time is the live? Oh, did Catherine already put her link? I think Catherine probably is hopping over to grab the link to her live. But once she comes back, she will tell us. Yeah, so here it is. Cocktails and Crafts. Every second Wednesday of the month, 6 p.m. Brussels time. That's Greenwich +1. And it's 12 Eastern and 9 Pacific. So thank you for already doing the conversion, Catherine. And there's the link. So all of you press the link, put yourself a notification to come and join us for that. Yes, so congratulations, Lori. You won now. Cheers, and you actually won a really cool prize. For those of you who weren't here last week, the prize that Lori won is the little box of crochet box, full of really, really cool stuff that I showed last week on the live, and I'm not gonna do it again. So, cheers to Lori. And please don't forget, everyone, to come back once this goes into replay and comment down below and let me know about different crochet and make alongs that you are gonna take part in this year, or ones that you've heard about that we didn't mention today. Might be interesting for those of you who's today live didn't give an idea of what something that you want to take part in. Then maybe you want to come back to the video and go through the comments later on and see what other people are saying. Maybe you will find some ideas there. So come back and comment down below, and that will enter you into this week's giveaway, which will choose the winner for next week on Yarniversity. So I hope that you all will join me next week on Yarniversity. And you know, if you see me on the YouTube streets, wave at my direction and say hello. Like, you know, don't pretend like you don't know me just because I'm the teacher. And thank you all very, very much for joining me today, and I will see you next time. Bye.